Alright guys, I have no idea what to say about this Pokemon news. It's so crazy because we have a new trailer for the 20th movie, but we find out some really ridiculous stuff about the movie, and then also Marshadow's been revealed. Yep, new mythical Pokemon discovered in Pokemon Sun and Moon, official Pokemon channel release, and it's Marshadow. So that's all we got. We see Marshadow right there, a little bit of in-game, it not really doing much of anything. And then more details are coming soon. And then you go to Pokemon.com/Pokemon Sun and Moon. So there we go, guys. Marshadow officially revealed by the Pokemon Company. Now, why would they do this randomly? That it wasn't revealed in Japan first. There's not really much of a movie tie-in going on. But then also the Japanese Pokemon YouTube ended up updating the trailer for the 20th movie. And for the most part, it looks like things that we've already seen. And the 20th Pokemon movie has been really hard to try to figure out. You know, Pikachu's a jerk, Ash is doing a thing. Seems like Pokemon I Choose You in the first episode, or maybe a bit more of the story being retold in a movie form, and then Ho-Oh kind of has something to do with that, and then things get pretty crazy from there, and then Ash goes off and has a little bit of an adventure. And also, really quick side note, this makes me very happy to see right here. You know why this makes me so happy to like see just these two scenes? Because this reminds me of, like, the old Pokemon movies. That one of my favorite parts of the movies as a kid growing up, and, like, still my favorite parts of the Pokemon movie, are, like, when it's just the world of Pokemon. And then you get to see all the Pokemon run around and have all kinds of fun and do, like, their own things. And honestly, that scene was my favorite growing up. I liked, you know, the alleys of the city and showing, like, Porygon hanging around, like, Grimer and Ghastly and Haunter. So it's pretty cool that we get to see this. Also, just random Aerodactyl, you know, supposed to be a fossil Pokemon, but not just hanging around a city. Someone should go and catch that. But yeah, I like that. That was a nice little time. That got me, like, I had, like, an awe moment right there. But wait. What just happened? We just saw Piplup, though, but I thought this was first generation story. And there's a Marshadow over there. And then Ash is doing his thing, and then new people. Okay, so now new adventure and absolute shenanigans. Oh, who's that guy? And then we just go back to the story. And then that's Ash catching Charmander. That's Metapod evolving into Butterfree. That leads to one of the saddest moments ever in Pokemon. And then that seems like Erica's gym, because where else are you going to find a Vine Whip and some beautiful looking trees? Team Rocket with... Oh, I love those wanted posters from Team Rocket, though. They were introduced as, like, the most intimidating, crazy, awesome villains ever. And then they just kind of became comedic foil, but unfortunately that happens. And then Ho-Oh seems to have a much larger role as we watch all of this unfold, and that's it. Also, we get a little bit of information at the end about the Ash Pikachus, but actually, just a couple months away. It says 4/15, or what was that, 7/15? So that means we're about 3 months and change away from there. So that's going to be some pretty cool stuff. But I have questions. What is this movie about? What's going on? Fortunately, Cerebi is working on some translations right now. I'm going to refresh the page, see if we get any extra information. So the second full trailer for the movie, Pokemon I Choose You, has been revealed. And with this, Marshadow has been revealed as well. So I think it's pretty weird. They're revealing Marshadow outside of Japan, but not with the movie trailer, which is Japan only at this time. And also, there hasn't been, like, a movie reveal for outside of Japan either. Like, we don't have any English information. This trailer showcases more of the movie and how it deviates from the original plotline. We're currently translating more about this, and then we find out he's got Soji and his partner Lucario, Makoto, and then Piplup, and then Cross, who's the guy with the Incineroar. So, new allies, new friends, new rivals. And then the old man is called Bonji. He's been hunting Ho-Oh for a long time. He wrote a book called Ho-Oh Is My Life. So we have, like, the ultimate Ho-Oh fan right here. I didn't even think those people existed, but good for you guys. Good for you Ho-Oh fans out there. You're finally getting that movie after many, many years. One thing that threw me about this is, like, but is it just me, or are we getting, like, some weird Ash vibes? Maybe just anyone with, like, the red and white hat kind of fits. But that insignia on the hat looks a little familiar. So I don't know why they're kind of basing this character off of red. I'm also either getting, like, red vibes or something. So when I first saw that, I was like, wait a second. Is there, like, time traveling going on? Is this, like, an expansion of the original game's story? And then Red is now, like, some kind of crazy old guy? I don't know. But apparently his name's Bonji, so that's how that unfolds. And I'm still trying to, like, piece together everything that's going on. And at first I was wondering, hey, does Marshadow have something to do with this? That Marshadow kind of appears inside of Ash's shadow. We don't know its relevance to the storyline, so I decided to go into Bulbapedia and look up the Pokedex entry for Marshadow. it doesn't tell us anything. I was like, wait, maybe there's some kind of like plot significance to Marshadow somewhere inside of its Pokedex. It's able to conceal itself in shadows. It's never appeared before humans, so it's a mythical Pokemon because it only exists in myth. So, similar to like a shadow walking kind of Mew, I guess. I don't know. Looks in the shadows of others, copying their movements and powers. Pokemon is craven and cowering. So yeah, we see that. It's hanging out in Ash's shadow. So I was wondering, like, does it have any controlling powers? Like, is it controlling Ash's memories at some point? But no, this looks like a real adventure. And I'm wondering how they're doing it. Are they just going to, like it says Pokemon I Choose You. So that's still going to be the theme of the movie. That it's going to be about that first adventure. So they completely rewriting Ash's adventures. I think that would piss off a lot of fans if you took out Brock and Misty and then you had Ash's Pokemon adventure happen without them. And I thought it's been confirmed that the movies are canon to the anime, because with the first movie, that was just Mewtwo wiping everyone's memories for all that craziness going on, and then the story kind of resumes, because there's a tie-in. There's a tie-in with Mewtwo breaking from Giovanni's lab and then going into the plot of the movie, so that happens. And then with Pokemon 2000, that happened in the Orange Islands, but then the anime, when Ash meets the baby Lugia for the first time, it's like, yeah, we saw one over in the Orange Islands. So that only relates to one story, and that's the movie story. So either they've been trying to break away from that kind of lineup, and then like all the adventures, all the characters are usually the same. So this is one of the biggest changes that we've seen so far. And then everything else kind of makes sense. But yeah, well, I saw, like, he's catching Pokemon. This isn't just the first episode. This isn't just the first couple of episodes updated into a modern animation style and then a new movie format or something like that. This is Ash's adventures in the Indigo League, and then new people maybe tying along? I don't know. We haven't seen Brock or Misty yet, so maybe they'll get a rewrite. Maybe something like that will happen, or who even knows anymore? And then what does Marshadow have to do with this? Like, that's where all the craziness starts to come in. We see more from Ho-Oh, and that's kind of it. So my thoughts are that because of Bonji, like, when I had no idea what was going on, but I think that with this guy, he wrote a book called Ho-Oh's My Life. Maybe it starts out for, like, the first 20 minutes of just going through Ash's, like, Kanto adventures really quick. Maybe even a shorter montage than that. And then it kind of cuts ahead to the current Ash, the current days, where we're in the Alola region, or we're exploring around that area, and then there's also access to 7th generation Pokemon, because we see the Incineroar. We also see other generations like the Piplup. So a lot of the generations are coming together for this movie, which is pretty nice. And then maybe when he meets Bonji, he's talking about this, that it's like, oh, you're like the super Ho-Oh fanboy. Let me tell you about the time when I met Ho-Oh, and maybe that's what these crazy scenes are all about. That maybe they're trying to rewrite it as a more spiritual experience, that when Ash looked up in the sky and saw Ho-Oh coming through, maybe Ho-Oh did some kind of like crazy, mystical, like legendary mind-reading thing. Maybe Ho-Oh like gave Ash a vision of encountering Ho-Oh after the fight with the Fearow and the lightning and Pikachu doing all that kinds of crazy stuff. So this seems to have some kind of significance, and maybe that's it. Maybe the story is going to be like Marshadow tying into meeting with Bonji and trying to reconnect with Ho-Oh, and to build that up, they're like, hey guys, remember way back when, where Ash saw Ho-Oh in the beginning of the entire series. So maybe it's going to be like a massive tie-in, or maybe they are going to rewrite like some of the Indigo League and some of Ash's early adventures. We don't know where this is going, but that's some pretty ridiculous news. And then what also really gets me is like this whole thing about Marshadow. Like, yeah, we get like the quickest Marshadow reveal ever. The trailer is like, you know, 16 seconds, and Marshadow's on the screen for like a third of it. So yeah, Marshadow's real. People now know what this Pokemon is. No announcement for the movie. And this is the only tie-in we have to the movie, but we don't know about the movie outside of Japan, so there we go, guys. I don't know really what else to say, but that's kind of it. So some of the craziest, most unexpected Pokemon news right now, and that's what we have. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope y'all have a nice day, and like, I don't know if we're in super hardcore news season right now, because there's no new game coming out, there's no new Pokemon being announced, there's nothing for like the Switch or anything, so it's only like speculation based off the movie. And with Marshadow being the last Pokemon revealed for all the mythicals, it kind of like jumps us ahead to the Volcanion movie just a little, I feel. That's like, alright, now we know everything about Pokemon Sun and Moon. Now we know all of those Pokemon. So what's going to happen next is the question. I guess we just have to wait. How big... It's... Okay, I guess it comes down to how much does a Pokemon company want to put into this movie? If they put a lot into this movie, then yeah, this might be the only news we have until summer, which would suck. But if they're trying to build this up into something else, or at least kind of keep the hype going, then we might also get some more Pokemon news. I just want to know about the new game and see where all that goes. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching. It was always exciting having the Pokemon news hype. Also, guys, don't forget to comment down below and let me know what you guys think of this entire reveal. Do you think Marshadow need to be a part of a movie? Normally, that's kind of like the mythical Pokemon tie-in that we've seen with recent generations. What do you guys think to the storyline? How do you think the story is going to change? What is the new character Bonji going to be about? Or, yeah, Bonji. So, it's kind of crazy. And do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you want to wait some more and see how it goes? And that's kind of it. So, guys, enjoy the video. Hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.